Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Finnish People. My name is Host Eric. This is Rachel. We are coming to you live from Palm Desert, where we are entombed within a lovely condominium. And I would say, in general, enjoying the roomy and comfortable accommodations.
Yes.
So, we come to you today after a very, come to you this evening after a very long day of assorted vacationing style activities.
Mm-hmm.
We went up to the top of the tram on San Jacinto Mountain, which is this Palm Springs tram thing to the side of the mountain.
It was fun.
It's a lot of fun. It was cool. We got some good pictures.
Yeah.
We went up to the top up there and smoked a joint.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, as always, this is a non-alcoholic beer we're drinking. She occasionally will drink a little alcohol.
Wine.
My dad poured her some wine the other night at dinner, for example. But I don't drink alcohol, so.
It's not my preference.
Anywho, we came back here, made a couple phone calls that I had to make, which I had been sort of dreading talking about to, having those conversations. But while the tarot spoke this morning, it's been rather a Ten of Swords kind of day in that regard. A lot of mental weight regarding, situations not necessarily specifically involving me, certainly not involving me and Rachel, but situations where shit didn't exactly play out like we'd hoped to play out and stuff like that. So I had to deal with a couple of those kind of things today, briefly. And I mean, I just needed to sort of pierce the bubble of it. And then the rest of the stuff that'll need to be, I still need to talk more to Spacey. And I've got to go back to Kimberly's tomorrow and get my shit, which is weighing on me still. But the trip's been great, except for these minor details, which have, it occupied a little bit of our attention today, but not too much. And you were a sport about the whole thing for sure, which I appreciate. I try not to burden her too much with my Ten of Swords stuff today. We did have a good time. I was able to largely forget about it for parts of the day anyway.
Yeah. How was our trip?
We're still on our trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still down here in Palm Desert and at the condo.
It's been really nice.
We got some snacks. We just got back to the supermarket because with our combined 11th slot SI, we forgot toothbrushes. We had to go buy some. And toothpaste.
Yep. That's the thing I regularly forget when I go on trips.
Mm-hmm. So then when we got back from the grocery store, we pulled into the parking spot, got out of the car, forgot about the groceries, started walking into the house, and had to go back get the groceries. So, it's just SI that's not very highly prioritized. And that's totally fine.
It is.
In general, Rachel and I don't seem to sweat the small stuff, which is nice. Last night, we had a little problem. We went to go meet my parents at Mario's Italian, whatever it's called, Italian cafe or something.
Yeah, that's it.
We were supposed to meet them there. My dad gave me very specific instructions on how to get there. But, of course, I didn't listen to him, and I just put it in my phone, or Rachel's phone, which took us to the wrong location. It turns out there's like 5 locations in this place. So we're at the wrong location. I don't have my phone. It's back here uploading videos or whatever. We don't have my dad's number. I know my dad's probably blown up my phone at this point. Like, where the hell are you guys? We figured it out. I contacted Spacey, or Rachel contacted Spacey to get Delilah's number. From her, I got my dad's number, called them, we figured it out. And there was no conflict of fighting.
No.
Nobody
Actually,
was
we were
mad.
laughing at points.
Yeah, we were just laughing about it.
It did get like, we had to figure stuff out for sure. It did get to that point, but when we arrived at the second Mario's, it had the same awning and everything as the first one. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like,
Yes, Taylor. You spilled an entire jug of grapefruit juice all over the family room. Your family room is going to smell so good now.
it's true.
It's going to smell like Florida's Natural. Did you get? Yeah, I hope you spilled Florida's Natural. I hope you didn't spill some off-brand of grapefruit juice.
Oh, fine.
Well, my question though is, was it Florida Natural? Are we alcoholics? That takes an awful lot of this to get drunk. Phil A. This is non-alcoholic beer.
We are, Countess.
So I poured some vodka on the floor too, and throwing it up like I'm back in college. This is Heineken non-alcoholic beer. You see, well, that's why you spilled it, Taylor. That's why. You guys hear this? Did you guys hear what Taylor just confessed to? Taylor just confessed to buying Simply Grapefruit. The Simply Grapefruit is not anywhere close to as good as Florida's Natural. Okay? The reason that spilled so easily is it was the wrong brand. Yes, the slabs, fuck you. The slabs punish you for getting Simply Grapefruit, obviously. You know what? Rachel and I just got back from the supermarket. We've got video of it. We're talking about a supermarket that have no Florida's Natural grapefruit juice. So what did Rachel and I do? We walked away. Okay? We walked away from the juice section, just threw up our hands and fuck this noise. We're not getting any juice here.
It's true.
It's all the store had. That's why you got God issued you 2 middle fingers, Taylor. You walk right out of that store. No, I didn't buy plane tickets to Florida.
What if you get endorsed and they want to fly you there to go and see where they make Florida's Natural?
I would love that.
Okay, awesome.
Listen, you got to go with me. I want Florida's Natural to take me on a tour of the Florida's Natural factory in Florida. I want to meet those burly farmers and shake their hands and thank them for their delicious grapefruit juice.
It's like 100%.
Hero Lamb, I don't want to hear none of this grapefruit juice bad mouthing, okay?
Yeah, you don't know because you have to try it, honestly. Because I usually think that too about grapefruit juice. And I like grapefruit juice. So.
Okay, well, what if Florida's Natural is actually made in Texas? So what? It still has the spirit of Florida in its heart. Florida's Natural always has the spirit of Florida. Okay. Yeah, grapefruit juice is way better than boring old orange juice. Good point, Countess.
Yeah.
Do you know that they had Florida's Natural orange juice, the supermarket?
Yeah.
But they didn't have the grapefruit juice.
Mm-mm.
You don't hear me advertising for Florida Natural orange juice, do you?
No. Yeah, because you honestly, why would you? Because I like Tropicana.
Well, I mean, I don't even know. I don't even drink
even
orange
like-
juice. Why even drink orange juice at all when there's Florida's natural grapefruit juice? It's like saying, well, I could have this glass of heaven, or there's several different kinds of urine over here I could drink. No, I'm just going to stick with the Florida's natural grapefruit juice. Fijoa juice? What the hell's Fijoa juice? Are you sure you're not just making that up? Thanks, Bel Air.
Thank you, too.
Orange juice is the grapefruit juice daycares give to babies.
You know, though, if I was any of those babies, I'd be so happy with juice.
Right.
So that's me.
Just be glad you're not giving them lukewarm tap water.
Yeah. It's good. I like orange juice. As a kid, I used to drink it all the time.
How was the road trip? We're still on our trip. We're still down here in the condominium in Palm Desert for another night. We're heading back up there tomorrow morning. Trojan juice is when Florida's natural is made out of Texas fruit. Well, you know, actually, some of the best grapefruits do come out of. Yeah, that's what I thought of too here around. That's what I thought of too. It's quite disgusting. Texas does have some of the best grapefruits.
Where's that manufactured?
Yeah, I know. Can Krishna Sarmapagu is a Minute Maid fan. Maybe it was just processed and packaged in Texas, but the fruit is in Florida. That's possible as well, Countess. The question I have is, why are we getting Texas into this conversation at all when we're talking about Florida's natural?
Because it's being manufactured there.
How do we know? I think Taylor just posited that as possible. I don't even think he has any reason to think that.
He doesn't know. We probably need some sort of like carton to read where.
I mean, here's the thing. Wherever Florida's natural is made becomes Florida. Okay, for the moment, during the manufacturing process.
They're going to want to have the conditions of Florida, right? Because that's where it would grow. Mm-hmm. So they would probably use science.
Yeah, I think Taylor's just starting rumors, urban legends. Texas grows plenty of good things. SSN3 episode 26. I don't know
what is JF.
What is JF? I don't know. You decided to type yourself INTJ. Enough speculation. It's tiring and not fun. Season 3.
If.
Season 3 of what? Season 3 of the. I got the JF didn't confuse me at any point there, Taylor. No point was I confused by the JF. Jake Hurwitz, you changed the color of your circle.
Rick and Morty season 4, I know. I saw. I think this morning.
Oh, hey, Isaiah Rude. It's going well.
It is going well.
It's going super well. We're having a nice time together.
Yeah.
We're enjoying each other's company and being positive and affirming towards one another.
Yeah, we're glad you're here to join us.
We are in Palm Desert, California. And yeah. Fuck your affirmations. Taylor, we are currently demonstrating healthy relationship, okay? That's what we do. That's how we roll.
And you can order Florida's natural grapefruit juice off of Amazon. You definitely can.
Where are we now? Palm Desert, my parents' timeshare. It's very nice. It's very very roomy timeshare. We've got this living room area. We've got a
Yeah.
kitchen over there. There's a little dining area. There's a patio. There's a bedroom with a big bed in it. There's a huge ass fucking bathroom because it's like a handicapped place, you know. Well, Taylor, like I said,
the wrong brand.
you got the wrong brand. I'd love to see Eric and you all dressed up at a fancy Italian restaurant. Well, we weren't all dressed up, but we went to a not fancy Italian restaurant last night.
That's good. Actually, I'm thinking about heating up my ravioli.
Yeah, she's got leftovers. We also got snacks from the store. We got chips, we got cookies, we got Cheez-Its. If anybody gets hungry and wants me to bust out some Cheez-Its or something,
Yeah.
you're welcome to have a couple of them. You know, I don't know how much fancy clothes Rachel has. I bought her a shirt though tonight.
Yes.
I'd like to show the people the shirt that we got tonight for you.
Yeah.
We saw it at the weed store. What about the summer camp? Did you come? Oh, you were in the. Yeah. I do. I want to stress that because people otherwise will ask. They're like, "Hey, are you drinking?" No, I'm not. Your food is halfway gone. Well, you know, you're gonna see plenty of Rachel and I dressed up when I start seriously running for president. I'm not gonna be drinking. You lost your fucking voodoo remote.
I'm looking for it.
You are? What do you mean you lost? Oh, the shirt. I thought you were looking for your voodoo remote. No, Alexandra Cruz says I lost my fucking voodoo remote. Taylor, why are you making such horrible predictions? Oh, Alexandra found her voodoo remote. Sounds like Rachel found her thing at the same time.
Who's talking? What about what now?
I said Alexandra found her voodoo remote.
Oh, good. And I found the shirt.
I bet she meant to say Hulu.
Oh.
You're angry because your foot is sticky? Now I can watch this live stream on the big TV. My boyfriend is not impressed at all. West Coast Cannabis Club, y'all. Jotunheim. What are you doing? Knock that shit off. Oh, thanks, Hambone. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, Hambone.
Nice. I was about to have to try to do that. Hambone stepped in and did the job. Thank you. So anyway, this is a new shirt that I got from Rachel. It says
Thanks, Countess.
West Coast Cannabis Club. All right. That's where we went and got this weed called Bear Claws that totally smells like donuts.
Yeah.
I mean, totally smells like donuts. 32% THC. It's good stuff. You're gonna. Well, we got cookies. We don't have donuts. Would you like a cookie, Rusmus? Rusmus wants a cookie. Okay, fine. Rusmus wants a cookie, so I'm gonna transubstantiate this cookie for all right. Here we go. This cookie is for Rusmus. Oh, obviously I can't taste it because the flavor is being transubstantiated to Rusmus, but I bet it's good. I don't think so, Isaiah Root. I don't think I can do that. Oh, I ignored the thing, unfortunately. Dumb error.
What?
Stop. Opens at the top.
Oh. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Let me go with your mom. I'm going for you. Mhm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Mm.
Nay, Alexander Cruz. I say nay. I'm fully opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
I could vouch for that.
It's terrible. I don't. You know, it's like it's a form of ontological violence. Just like your mom's face. Alexander Cruz. You think your mom's face is a form of ontological violence? Is it a good insult?
Alexander Cruz says my earphones are fucked. Say that again.
I'll be right there. Hold on.
Mm. Are the cookies moist?
No, they're crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
They're the non-moist kind of cookies.
Mm-hmm.
What I said, Alexander Cruz, is that your mom's face is a form of ontological violence. Okay, is that a good insult? What do you think? Asians cook pork the best, Countess.
I would agree, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Good old pulled pork sandwich. Pretty damn good.
Uh-huh. True.
Well, see, Alexander Cruz, you're not getting the point. I'm sure your mother has a very lovely face, but I'm insulting you by saying that your mother's face is nevertheless a form of ontological violence. Do you see? That's where the insult comes in. That's what makes it such a saucy remark. Winston's mom, the finger wagging, hey, don't do that, hey, sayer. Winston's mom, are you a finger wagging, hey, don't do that, hey, sayer? That's what Peter Dentici says. Can Krishna Sarmapagu makes delicious pork at her house. Well, I'm sure you do, Can Krishna Sarmapagu. I'm sure you do. Objectively, she is symmetrical, and socially, she has a pretty face. Well, I'm happy for your mother, Alexander Cruz. What are your thoughts on AI and how they relate to our ontology as organic beings? Well, I would say that artificial intelligence, to the extent that it is genuinely self-aware, conscious in any meaningful sense, or equal to the consciousness of humans in some sense. Well, in that instance, you're talking about something that probably has to be grown, regardless of whether it's artificial or natural. It's going to have a similar process to giving birth to a human child. I mean, we already have the capacity to create additional examples of self-aware, intelligent beings by humping each other and making babies. I would imagine that any equivalently realized Alexandra Cruz, maybe your mom's face is a form of ontological violence to people whose faces are less attractive. Maybe she makes them feel bad about themselves in that way. Have you considered that? Well, I would argue that a self-aware intelligence is one that's going to have to develop self-awareness by filling in channels of attention in some capacity rather than by having programmed in some, you know. Well, Alexandra Cruz, suffice it to say, your mom's in good hands. I've got your mom's face in my hands right here. These are good hands. Your mom's face is fine. Okay? It's either A or indeed no healthy middle ground. Okay. Sounds fair. I feel like people who develop games must love playing games or else they'll make shitty games. How does that logic make any sense at all? How is that what? How is that logic applicable? Who's the one who's developing it? Are you a materialist, physicalist in terms of consciousness? I'm not sure what that means exactly. What you mean? I'm what you call a meta-rationalist, I guess. Well, I mean, I think people love it more or less in different contexts in their lives. Are you materialist? Why do you hate or disagree with fat shaming? Well, because, I mean, why wouldn't you? It's like, obviously, you're trying to impose some norm on some third party. It's awful. You know, saying that they need to be different or something. No, I don't, Guzman. How can you distinguish fourth and seventh, or can you meaningfully? Not in a way I can demonstrably establish and say, like, use this algorithm and it'll work. And yada yada. Well, yeah. The shitty arguments are always going to be like, it's basically obesity is a big problem. We have to do something about it or whatever. But that's ridiculous. I mean, I can take either side, but I don't normally take the side of straight up like wicked things. You know, I could argue, I mean, the arguments in favor of it, so to speak, are all collectivist, utilitarian justifications. Like, well, it's a terrible thing to be obese and it causes all these problems and we need to make it not okay so that people control themselves and shit like that. It's not. They're not good arguments at all. There aren't any good arguments on the side of hating a group of people because you don't like something about their body, and that's what it boils down to. So,
Next, like what is like skinny shaming?
right. No, I know, Alexander Cruz. I get the idea, but even playing devil's advocate or something like that is a little bit challenging and probably unwise, because it's like, I don't want to empower the message that it's okay to commit ontological assault on people. Can I play fingerstyle guitar? I only play with my fingers. I almost never use a pick. Every once in a while, but Countess INTG, that's ridiculous. That's freaking Countess, that's ridiculous. That sort of argument's insane. The reason is because, first of all, that's not their experience, though. Look, people who get obese are not obese because I picked some time. I don't even want to get into this discussion. It's a dumb fucking discussion to have.
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna go smoke a
Oh, I
cigarette.
forgot.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. It's like it's the most offensive kind of wickedness. The one where you go, I know what's better for that other person. I know what's for their own good. Like, they don't have a hard enough life being super fat already. You got to go bust their chops about it. It's ridiculous.
It's the same thing with borders. Like, people who like shame them don't help them.
Right. If shaming were to work on that thing, they would have long since had that behavior changed to the extent that it's a behavioral link. For a lot of fat people, there's no behavior link either. It's just sort of genetic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I eat more than anybody I've ever, any woman I've been with, and most of them are bigger than me.
Yeah. Yeah. People who get bullied don't change to adhere to their bully's demand except out of fear. It's true. Well, it's true, Countess. Some people do. And I mean, I don't know what that's about. Right. And it can be a personal thing. If you yourself have a goal and it includes like changing your body shape, like, do you? Winston's mom, you were dead on with rethinking his arguments. Like, my stepdad is obese and he has cried and never cries because he has to make the jokes about himself before anyone else can joke about it. That's so true. So many people who get bullied, they do take on the role of, or the definition They make the worst jokes at themselves in order to kind of have one up on their bully or whatever.
I don't do cocaine on my porch. I don't do cocaine at all.
What's ASOT TE like? Sure it does.
I made a video about his take on MBTI. Nobody's disputing that Rachel doesn't do cocaine
No.
either. Neither of us do.
I've only
cocaine.
done it once, and I had the worst fucking headache the next day, and it was like, and drip, and I was like, ugh. But so.
I mean, my response to his take on MBTI is he's talking specifically about MBTI. He's not talking about cognitive functions.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah, cocaine is a dumb drug.
It's just not. I don't enjoy it because I
I've
didn't
done
like
it
the way it
before,
made me
too.
feel.
Yeah, it's not a good drug. We just smoke weed. You know, I guess I'd occasionally still a little alcohol, but we basically just smoke weed.
Yeah,
And
that's my preference.
I have some edibles tonight too. I was
Yes.
going to eat some of those.
Ooh,
Forgot.
ooh, 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 you don't even have to.
Right on. Here we go. So I don't know if he's aware of the functions or not. I don't think that he is being entirely genuine in his dismissal because he specifically he specifically limits it to MBTI without actually mentioning any alternatives to it, you know, which is a little bit squirrely argumentationally. But yeah, I have a video where I respond specifically to that. I could maybe try to find it. What was the deal with the C.S. Joseph confidentiality agreement? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Neither.
What's C.S. Joseph confidentiality agreement?
Countess.
Eric is deaf and ESTP.
I love your imitation of an ESTP.
My post? What post? What post? I don't know what you post. What are you talking about? Oh. Taylor put that up. I don't know. Taylor put that up. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm like, those aren't your tags either.
Hey, there we go. I'm going to eat 7 of these. They're quite good. Um, Are they roots right? I'm using a knife. Clearly SE.
The taste experience.
Well, picked up a glass, clearly SE. Look at him
What does that
holding.
make me?
He's holding a physical object.
I wonder what CS Joseph will take me.
Ooh, they look like the candy gummies.
Oh, they're good. Reinhardt level. Enjoying the good FI. Mm.
Mm.
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Thank you very much. I haven't had anything like these.
These are special gummies. These are not ordinary gummies. Yeah, we got these at the weed store.
Special.
I sleep better when I eat these things before bed.
Yeah, yummy. Listen, Mom, what do you mean 2 Geminis? I'm Pluto.
No, I mean, there's CBD and marijuana anyway. But we don't have any Viagra. Well, so these are always fun to eat.
Oh.
But I don't know. No, it hasn't been completed yet, Countess. Actually, we've had a very busy day.
That's cool, Peter.
We will
Yeah,
come.
we have had a very busy day.
Yeah. We've reserved the sex part for after the live stream, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Whole incomplete projects. The Geminis are kind of two-faced.
I mean, they are known for that, but at least they're the most upfront about being two-faced. A lot of people are two-faced and talk about it.
It's not a bad idea. Hi, G. Wow. Hi, Jeebus.
Everything SE or some shit. That was so funny. Oh, he's picking his nail. SE.
Right.
Eric and Rachel.
Are you a Gemini, Rachel?
I am not a Gemini.
What are you again?
Capricorn.
Capricorn. What are they known for? Just having one face?
Actually, they're known as sea goats. And so I am a goat, goat, half fish.
And what does that mean?
Actually, I've read that makes it like magical. Capricorns used to get pooped on a lot because it's associated with the goat, and goat is the devil's pet. And it's associated with Saturn, so it gets like pooped on a lot, but that's changing as people study astrology more.
I don't have super chat anymore. I think I do. I got one this morning, if I remember correctly. Do I have a last tarot for you? Do we have the cards or something?
Yeah.
Yes, we can tarot you if you'd like. Let's see. Ruse Moose, the Scandinavian drummer man. Let's see what your card, what the tarot has to say for you. The tarot says, you've got the Fool card, venture, open, 0, clear, faith, pure. It's time to invest your faith into a wild notion of some sort. To play the childish role of the fool.
Uh-huh.
There you go, Wismus. That's your card. I never did one for your penis, philosophical thinker.
Oh,
Okay.
we can remedy that.
Here's a card for philosophical thinker's penis. This one came right out. Boom.
Oh!
Married. 10 of Cups. Family. Happy. Bliss. Rejoice. Your penis has got happy times ahead of you for you. Okay? It's going to be ducking in and out and in, back and forth. There you go. Congratulations, philosophical thinker. Jeebus wants a card. Let's see what Jeebus is. What does the tarot have in store for Jeebus? All right, Jeebus. Let's see. This one. Authority, patriarch, clout, seasoned, emperor, virtuoso. Jeebus, you are bringing your skills as a virtuoso in the field of authority and emperorhood to fruition here in the coming day. These are the kind of things it's going to be like for you. You're going to be sitting on your throne, you're going to be busting chops, you're going to be taking names, you're going to be laying the lumber.
His shoes are armor. Yo, 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 Matthew Alistair.
Hi, Matthew Alistair. Luis Dizon, I will do you next. Luis Dizon. Pew. Uh-oh. Looks like trouble for Luis Dizon. Conflict, strife, competition, challenge, adversity, discord. The 5 of Rods. Okay, so you've got some conflict coming up. Got a little bit of a battle. Maybe Jeebus is trying to exercise your authority and exercise his authority on you, and you got to battle him. I don't know. There you go, Luis Dizon. Okay. Next. Isaiah Rude. Isaiah Rude. This one. Harmony, cohabitate, move, home, happiness. 4 of Rods. All right. So, Isaiah Rude, time for you to settle into your happy place. Your homey home of homey homes. Get some snacks, get some coffee, smoke a cigarette on the porch. Okay. Who's next? IAG last. IAG last. So that was Isaiah Rude. Sorry, not Luis Dizon, huh? I got that confused. Isaiah Rude. Here we go. Sociable, chatty, shrewd. Queen of Swords, cutting. Gonna use your witty repartee today. Who's this for again?
I don't remember.
Let me see. IAG Last.
Yes.
IAG Last is going to use his witty repartee. And he's going to be the Queen of Swords today. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're gonna slash somebody's ego with your cutting words.
Uh-huh. Don't be afraid to cut a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Well said. Okay. Hambone. I didn't do one for Hambone yet.
Mm-mm.
Are you ready, Hambone?
Ham bone. Gonna cut a bone.
This one on top. The Hermit. Hambone. Time for you to withdraw to reflective state. To give counsel or receive counsel. To exercise wisdom, to advise, and to be in a state of repose.
Oh.
Let's see. Can Krishna Sarmapagu. Let's see what card Can Krishna Sarmapagu is going to get.
Yeah.
Oh, Can Krishna Sarmapagu. Sorrow, anguish. 9 of Swords, crisis, sob. This no doubt links to the still pounding ache of your recently deceased canine friend, for which I offer you much condolences. Okay, do one for Peter Dentici. All right, Peter Dentici. This is it right here. This is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Dentici's card. Destiny, Windfall, Wheel of Fortune, Fate, Risk. Maybe your gamble here is linked to the next card I'm going to pull, which is one for Countess. Maybe there's a little bit of a destiny link here. We'll find out. Okay, Peter Dentici? Let's find out. Countess, what card are you going to get? Let's see. This one. Disaster, upheaval. The catalyst, ruin, tower, chaos. 16. Wow. We just I just gotta say, remember, a lot of times things are darkest before the dawn. Darkest before the dawn. Okay. Professional victim. Are you ready for your card?
There was a request to do one for Sherlock Holmes, too.
For Sherlock Holmes? Who's that?
Just a person.
All right.
Ooh.
Jeebus, don't be an asswipe. Don't be an asswipe, okay? Professional victim, here we go. All right. You got the Page of Pentacles. It's time for you to get that gain. Time for you to get that payment. Time for you to get your royalty pay, your bonus, your perk. Okay? All right. Professional victim. Good time for you to cash in that whatever. Can't get Krishna Sarmapagu. Will I pull a card for your dad? Yes, I will. Can Krishna Sarmapagu's father's card. Let the Terra speak. Oh, disaster, upheaval, tower, ruin, chaos, 16. Well, maybe the government's going to pay you that money tomorrow. We'll see. Sorry about that, King Krishna Summer Pagoo. Yeah, you really can't catch a break these days. All right, Isaiah Rude says, pull a card from my INFP dad. Isaiah Rude's INFP dad. What? Does the Tarot say? The Tarot spoke this card. Motivator, generous, King of Rods, worldly, direct. Guess your dad's going into, kicking into his SE a little bit here for a change. Okay.
He might be ultra creative.
King of Rods. Might be ultra creative. Jeeves says, let's pull a card for C.S. Joseph. All right, let's pull a card for C.S. Joseph. Here we go. C.S. Joseph card pull. Oh, it's this one. It's this one right here. Patience, fortitude, calm, kind, tolerant, strength, humility. Well, I guess either he needs to have this right now, or maybe he's currently exercising this. I don't know. He's trying to pet the chin of a lion. It's gonna take a lot of patience for him to ride out.
It was your chin.
Yeah. We are being patient with him. Yeah. Oh, we didn't pull one for Matthew Alistair yet.
No, we haven't.
All right. Let's have Rachel pull one for
This
Matthew.
one's for you. Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. This is a familiar one.
Page of Pentacles. A lot of money moving around these days. We're seeing it in the Tarot. The Tarot speaks. So, it's your time. It's time to cash in.
Yeah, it is the storm before the sunny days. Actually, with the Tower, it's like something that you've been working on or some ideas that you had that you thought you were solid on, but like some sort of like spiritual thing might shake things up, or like some new idea might shake that ground you thought was so sturdy. What ideas are you working on, Rachel? Well, we talk a lot about like the channel, what we want to do with that.
Hi, Kick-Ass Panda. Yeah, I mean, I like to incorporate Rachel into stuff that I do, and she definitely has various ideas about that kind of stuff. And hopefully that affords, I like to facilitate her creative energies within this sort of framework, and she's comfortable doing that, then, that's sort of naturally
I really
going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have to work at it or anything.
No. Hey, what? Aw, King. Krishna, sorry, it'll get better. Kick-Ass Panda. Which park? All right, Isaiah, go do that. The Rainbow Bridge. Google this. It is the place where our beloved animals who own us go to wait and play and be healthy and young until we are reunited with them in our afterlives. Then they speak.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, I want to pull a card for my sister. Trailer park shaming? What would you drink, Ingentir? Yeah. Interesting. Mom guilt is universal. I definitely see that. I can definitely see that. Oh, I know. Okay, so Big Katerina, it would be nice to have a INFJ next door to hang out with. They're very hangoutable. Probably have some sort of yummy thing to eat while having nice conversation. As a kid, I when I was back in New York, that was one thing that I was always looking for was an INFJ to hang out with. Bourbon. I actually don't know what bourbon even tastes like. Actually, this is for my sister.
Healing, dormant, pause, delay, wait, quiet, rest. Good. It's always good.
Yeah.
Why are NFJs so tolerant? I don't know if they are so tolerant, actually. I think they seem tolerant until they switch the gears and become suddenly intolerant. It builds up, but they don't necessarily let you know about it. I try to be very good at communicating with Rachel about those sorts of things. Anything that might bother her, I'd like to know about it, you know? Because, yeah, they're actually, they keep track of the important things. And if the scales tip against you, then they tip against you, you know? But I think they value authentic engagement a lot.
Yes.
And
I really do.
I do think that's one thing I can offer, you know, is authentic engagement. I'm not trying to maneuver the other person. I'm trying to understand them.
No.
Hi, King Krishna Sarma Pagoo.
Good luck with your studies.
No, I don't think I could, Isaiah Rude. Maybe an INFP for a while. I don't think I could date an ENFP. I think an ENFP is a challenging type for any ENTP to date because the FI Polar. I mean, the TI Polar just. IFP seem rather fragile. I mean, I'm happy in this relationship. I'm very happy in this relationship. I'm extremely satisfied being with an ENFJ. And it's not a type I necessarily would have thought that would have been a great fit for me, but so far it's a great fit. You know, we were chatting earlier today about how we both have a certain amount of Fred and Daphne to us. You know, we wanted to stop at the visitor center, and it was like, "Come on, gang, let's go check out the visitor center." You know, and she's like, "Yeah," and then we went in there. It was really just a shitty gift shop.
Yeah,
And
there
we're
was
like,
it was not a visitor center. There was
yeah, so we're just kind of like, "Wah wah,
Yeah.
let's go smoke some weed."
yeah, I wish we were agreeing that
We both,
Scooby and
yeah, we both
Shaggy.
have more Scooby and Shaggy and Fred and Daphne in this really than Velma. You know, Velma's kind of the INTP of the gang. You know,
Velma can hang out. Yeah.
She can
Yeah,
chill.
she is. And there's also Scrappy Doo, right? So she can hang out with
Scrappy's like an ESFP or something.
Yeah, yes, Scrappy Doo is an ESFP.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Spacey's Velma, right?
Yeah, Spacey is Velma. Spacey's definitely Velma.
I have a shred of Velma in me, but I'm mostly really Fred and Shaggy and Scooby.
I have a shred of Velma too.
Yeah. So, you know, our Velmas periodically will align. Yeah, you almost forgot about Scrappy. He's easy to forget about.
She really is.
Velma's also Sarah with a smile, a little girl you interviewed. She's not a little girl. She looks young. She's mid-20s, okay? Just because that video is pretty saucy, you know? I'll make that clear.
I fucking love it so much.
You're like, Jesus' idea?
What?
Scrappy was definitely a mistake. Scrappy was totally a mistake.
What?
Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy was a mistake. Shaggy. Kaylee stopped by. He chimed in to tell us that. Thank you. Tell him that. I don't think he'll appreciate it very much.
Ooh, me?
Scrappy.
Oh, Scrappy?
He'll just try to make you laugh.
Scrappy is, yeah. Like, he's not an appealing character at all. He's like, personality hacker at the ENTP and ENFP. Are they a couple?
Yeah, remember?
I don't think I've really.
Oh,
seen it,
yeah, I was saying, yeah, that the female was ENTP. That was the one that I thought was Dave's superpowers, but they're pretty good, personality hacker. They started with a podcast that I used to listen to.
Scrappy is an outdated meme. I mean, Scrappy was a cartoon before he was a meme.
I didn't know he was a meme.
I didn't know either. I gotta go pee.
Do you think the same types tend to be rivals?
Well, it was interesting what happened when Becky and I had conflict. We got along great until we had conflict, at which point. But, I mean, I'm not sure that ENTP. I don't know what Scooby is. I think Scooby's like an ISFP, maybe.
Yeah.
Or INFP, maybe. Yeah, we could be an INFP.
Yeah.
ISFPs probably wouldn't be so scared.
INFPs?
ISFPs.
No, they probably wouldn't know. Yeah, INFP. What about
Or maybe,
what
no,
is
Scooby's probably an ISFJ.
ISFJ, Scooby? And then what's Shaggy? INFP?
Shaggy's like an ISFP, I think. He's an
Yeah,
ISFP.
he is an ISFP. I think
ISFP
so too.
is
He's
Shaggy.
bell bottoms, for God's sake.
And Scooby's an ISFJ. HPs can antagonize each other. We can get along fine too, but you know, you think Shaggy's an ISFJ? What do you think, Scooby? You think Scooby and Shaggy are both ISFJs?
No, Shaggy's an ISFP, right? That's what we're saying?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's ISFP. I don't know about Scooby.
Scooby suffered a
just-
type because he's a dog. You know what I was thinking about doing before we in the live stream every night is I wanted to pull a card for my dreams tonight.
Hmm.
This card will represent my dreams tonight. Let's see what kind of dreams I'm gonna have.
Who got that card? He's gonna be dreaming of you.
I'm gonna be dreaming of being direct, motivating, being generous and worldly, putting a handle on shit. Then I'll wake up tomorrow with real shit to deal with.
Who got that card?
I don't remember who got that. I gotta pee.
So you'll be ESTP.
Mhm.
ESTP dreams. You got that? Plummeting through a colorful plasma cloud train. That sounds nice. That card was the king of rods. So it's creative energy, fiery energy. Yeah. That was minor arcana. Very, very good. Interesting. Boom Shika INFJ millionaire? Yeah, I agree with you, Countess, with the INTJ. I think we had an ISTJ bag boy tonight, and he was so fucking helpful. Like, I was so like grateful for him, like so much. Like, I know how to pack grocery bags, but I know an ISTJ can do a better job than I can. So. It's funny. Rosamond, I can see NTPs going crazy with that. And she's cool, but she's a bit long-winded. Yeah, I don't really know. I have my phone. I always have my phone.
I didn't talk about me taking
Do you want it? Are you looking to take my phone away?
I never took Angel's phone away.
Shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
I wonder if Eric is antagonized by that. If I'm antagonized by what? If everything's antagonized with I toy around not directly answering the question to keep the attention of the people in the room just for fun. Yeah, I don't like when people don't answer my questions.
Yeah, he does not.
I don't. I've never taken her phone from her.
Bye,
Okay?
PT. No, he hasn't. I think so. I think I was able to tell who was an ENFJ before, although sometimes it surprised me too, because I don't know. I think one of my coworkers was an ENFJ, and it's interesting how you're saying like two types together. We work together really well sometimes, and then also there were times where it was just like total like miss, like.
Well, that's 3,500 calories a day is not very many calories, is it? I don't know. I eat a lot of calories. Peter Dennis is a tall man. Yeah, high metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
I can eat whatever. I never put on much weight. What exactly do INFPs do with their
Good
TI?
question.
Mostly annoy me in the live chat. That doesn't suppress mine.
Good.
It is good, huh?
Yeah.
If you could choose between being with Rachel and being president, which one would you choose? You can do both in this scenario. I choose both.
Oh, and you said you can.
Too late. Too late. You said I could.
It's okay. I'm in the other room.
I don't know. Fortunately, I don't have to. I don't have to make that kind of choice. What am I drinking? Cola. Store brand cola. Quite good. No, I don't count calories either. That sounds like an ENTP. Are we about ready to draw this to a close?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Good night. Thanks for being here.
Good night.
And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.